President Park Geun-hye and visiting Chinese President Xi Jinping held talks in Seoul on this Thursday, where the two leaders reaffirmed their commitment towards their strategic cooperative partnership and share their positions on North Korea's nuclear program. For more, we are connecting live to our presidential office correspondent Choi You-sun for more. You-sun.
Chery, in their joint statement, Presidents Park and Xi assessed how far they've come in terms of the blueprint for their joint development, which was set up during President Park's state visit to Beijing last year. During the joint press conference, which ended moments ago, the two leaders said they agreed to take their strategic cooperative partnership to the next level by increasing high-level political and security meetings, making them regular events, and increasing defense cooperation for regional stability. On the economic front, Presidents Park and Xi agreed to join efforts to conclude their free trade negotiation by the year's end and to open their currency trade markets to spur bilateral trade and investments. Seoul and Beijing signed a deal to guarantee increased protection for each other's citizens visiting their countries and decided to designate years 2015 and 2016 as Visit China and Visit Korea years. Chery?
I see. Now, You-sun, as expected, of course, the North Korea nuclear issue took up a big portion of the summit talks. So what was President Park and Xi's key message for Pyongyang?
Well, in their message towards North Korea, Presidents Park and Xi expressed their firm opposition to nuclear weapons development here on the Korean peninsula and said that the peninsula's denuclearization must be achieved through the six-way dialogue. Now, they're talking about the six-party talks involving the two Koreas, China, Russia, the U.S., and Japan, which have been suspended for more than 5 years now. Although North Korea's possible fourth nuclear test was not specified, the South Korean presidential office says today's message is certainly a step up from last year's use of the phrase grave threat regarding the North's nuclear program. By stressing the six parties' 2005 statement and UN Security Council resolutions on the North's nuclear missile programs, Beijing is thought to have reaffirmed its commitment to imposing sanctions related to North Korea's nuclear and missile programs. And the two leaders, by agreeing certain conditions must be met before returning to the negotiating table with Pyongyang, they deliver their message to the North that it needs to show its commitment to give up its nuclear arms first. The Chinese leader also positively assessed President Park's trust-building process with North Korea, which highlights a normalization of inter-Korean ties and humanitarian exchanges between the two Koreas on a path towards a peaceful reunification. Chery?
Yes, it's exactly all about the language. And another highly speculated security issue on the agenda was Japan, of course, its recent historical backtracking and recent move to expand its military role in this region. But Seoul and Beijing didn't exactly specify this in their statement.
Well, in their joint statement, the two leaders certainly they talked about expanding opportunities to study documents related to the Japanese military's sexual enslavement of women during the Second World War, mostly from Asia. Regarding their relationship with neighboring Japan, the two leaders said that the trilateral cooperation was essential to achieving co-prosperity as well as stability here in Northeast Asia. This has been Choi You-sun reporting on the summit talks between President Park Geun-hye and visiting Chinese President Xi Jinping. And I'll bring you more details on the summit as well as the press conference on the next newscast.